Next, we got the end of the Philadelphia Eagles. Or should I call y'all the Schmeagles? By my man Microphone. Now, if y'all want more microphone videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now, Eagles. Y'all are probably the worst team in the NFL right now. And I'm so serious when I say this. Y'all are worse than the Panthers. If y'all win against the Panthers, I best believe that will be an overtime game. And I'm just speaking fact, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, Eagles, bro, I damn near don't have no words for y'all. Biggest frauds. I don't know who worse, y'all or the Cowgirls. Y'all the biggest frauds in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? The only other biggest frauds would have been the Chiefs, but they won their playoff game, and they was looking nice in that game. You know what I'm saying? We thought that that's what's going to happen to y'all. So, hey, let's just hop into it.
At this point, I think I've established a reputation with you guys for being very unbiased whenever it comes to analyzing your guys' games. And there's no question about it. The fall off of the Philadelphia Eagles needs to be studied.
How did the Eagles get here? A look back at how Philly collapsed from 10-1 start to playing road play. Wow, they was 10-1, bro. And I think it all started off with who? Was it the 49ers they lost to? It was I forgot who they lost to at first, but stay there. It was that first game they lost, and it was bad from there, bro. It was bad from there.
Last time I've seen a fall off this badly, it was the 2021 Arizona Cardinals. So before we get to the content, if you missed my Dallas Cowboys reaction, we uploaded it a few hours before this. I'm a little backloaded. It was my best friend's wedding on the night of the Dallas Cowboy game, so there's no way for me to be able to get you guys that video right away. As much as it killed me not to get you guys that video right away, but we dropped it 3 hours ago, and you get a nice, level-headed, more reasonable mic as opposed to an emotional one. Now that we get all that out of the way, work.
And also too, y'all can comment down any other people who make these type of videos, because I know this is not the only content creator that does this. So if y'all have any other channels that make similar videos to this, let me know in the comments and I'll check them out. All right, longest intro of all time.
$100 off of as added to the best. I mean, my pick response season for the Philadelphia 1212. What's going on, everybody? It's been a very strange season for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, this team was one of the hottest teams in the entire NFC to start the season, starting the season 11-1, and they beat a lot of good teams during that stretch as well. They beat the Miami Dolphins in Week 7, the Dallas Cowboys in Week 9, the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 11, although mainly because Marquez Valdez-Scantling missed a
Oh yeah, I remember this.
that would have been a touchdown. Oh yeah, by the way, following that, Nick Sirianni did this.
I remember this. Oh my god. And this is why one of the biggest things in life is getting an ego. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of popular people, or somebody might get some clout or something, and they want to get a big ego. Now they want to say F you to their friends. You know what I'm saying? People who've been there from the day one, they want to say F them. They want to get a bunch of new fake friends that only like them because they got this clout now, and they just really going to steal from them. You know what I'm saying? Then they end up falling off. See it time and time again, bro. Or, if it's not that situation, it's a situation like this. That nigga talking shit, and what happened? Chiefs fan, wow. And he talking shit. He talk. My God, there's more of a clip, bro. I didn't think he was gonna go this crazy.
And the bump.
This nigga, bro. I see y'all. It's no helping y'all niggas, bro. Talking to the Chiefs fan base.
The Buffalo Bills the week after in a similar type of fashion. And
Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, Gabe Davis on what? Oh, I think overtime is. I forgot that. Did they? I think that game did go on overtime. Now on the same page. Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen couldn't hit the receiver Gabe Davis. Oh yeah. So I guess he. Oh, it was
Buffalo Bills the week after in a similar type of fashion. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it seemed like right after they beat the San Francisco 49ers and Nick Bosa said this.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on tape, though. And then, obviously, we put the blueprint out there. Hopefully, Cowboys watch the tape. We made Jalen stay in the pocket and escape outside instead of those B gaps, and paid off. Because Jalen's looking at the rush every play. So, yeah, you just have to be disciplined and not give him that quick escape route where he could get to his guys quick.
Everything came crashing down for the Philadelphia Eagles. You saw Jalen Hurts get into it with A.J. Brown. On top
What the
of horrible
fuck?
play calling and the Eagles' offense being out of sync, now you have the defense being completely out of sync. So not only was the offense not performing up to par underneath Brian Johnson, but now Sean Desai's defense was performing terribly. So what do the Philadelphia Eagles do? They were desperate, ladies and gentlemen. The very thing I predicted 6 months ago in the offseason ended up happening. Philadelphia Eagles started using Matt Patricia as the in-season defensive coordinator. And now, as a result, you got plays like this.
Second catch, still working through this secondary. And
But honestly, bro, how can you, what are you talking about?
As the in-season defensive coordinator. And now, as a result, you got plays like this.
So the defensive coordinator is the reason they can't tackle? No. I don't, that's a bailout excuse, bro. The Eagles not tackling out there. Now, the formations and all that, okay. I understand that part. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. But this play right here, bro, you know what I'm saying? They're not even, it's like they're out there not even trying, bro. They don't like they care no more. They don't care. They still wound up, made it to the playoffs, and they still look like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing the coach can do at that point, bro. Your players are just trash. Your players trash.
Season defensive coordinator. And now,
Okay.
as a result, you got plays like this.
second catch, still working through this secondary. And
I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles couldn't tackle a wide receiver or a running back to save their life
what I'm
in this
saying.
game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm not in a position where I could talk trash because the Dallas Cowboys had a meltdown of epic proportions. But at least in that particular instance, it was surprising. Everyone was expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to lose going into this game.
Damn. For real? No, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. No, that's actually crazy, bro. Everybody said they was gonna lose. Oh, I would have thought y'all would have been like, okay, let me know in the comments. Did y'all think the same thing? Did y'all think the Eagles were gonna lose this game? Because me personally, I thought it was gonna win. I'm like, bro, they're gonna get it. This is Buccaneers, bro. It's the Bucks. It's an easy dub. All right, y'all, come on, bro. It's no way. Now I know y'all did lost to the Cardinals, and that was tough. But I'm like, bro, y'all can't be this trash. Y'all would have had some type of intensity since it's the playoffs, right? Some type of. That's what I thought in my head. But I guess I was wrong, bro. I guess was I the only person thinking like that?
Predictions, for crying out loud.
Wow.
If you told me 2 months ago that we were going to take Tampa Bay over the Philadelphia Eagles in a playoff series, I would have
Right.
laughed at you straight up, and I'm a Cowboy fan. Now, throughout this game, I saw more or less of the same exact things that were haunting the Philadelphia Eagles throughout the entirety of the season. And here's a perfect example of the incompetence that I've been telling you about. It's 3rd and 2. If it was September, what would you predict the Philadelphia Eagles running on a 3rd and 2? There's no question
Tush
about
push.
it. Everybody knows it's coming. It's the most annoying and irritable play in football. A play
We was
that
thinking about, people was talking about banning the play. Now the play don't even matter.
people were begging to ban.
Y'all so
A
ass.
play that Nick Sirianni was begging the NFL not to ban. A play that they called unstoppable. And they would run it on 3rd and 2s, especially on 3rd and 2s. Because even if they didn't get it on 3rd and 2, they would get a 4th and inches scenario, and then they would run it again on 4th and inches. And if you don't know what I'm talking about at this point,
I'm talking about the tush push.
you know that play where multiple of Jalen Hurts' teammates would shove his cheeks a few inches so they could get get the first down or a touchdown. Yeah, the most irritating play in football, but it worked. But what did they do on this 3rd and 2? Well, they ran 4 verts. And the craziest part about this was they ran a 4 verticals against a blitz, for crying out loud. A 10-year-old playing Madden would run a better play call than that. It seemed like everything that had the Eagles in sync was gone. And granted, AJ Brown wasn't playing in this game due to injury. I don't think I've ever seen a fall off like this before in my entire life. James Bradberry was benched in the middle of the game for Keely Ringo. Now, he probably had this coming because he hasn't been performing well up until this point, but it just goes to show how in a blink of an eye, this team went from being the favorite to make it back into the Super Bowl in the NFC to a team that's a shell of its former self. And even when the Eagles would make good plays, they would follow it up with a questionable call. For example, after their very first touchdown of the game, they decided to run a tush push so they could get a 2-point conversion. There was literally no reason to do this.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. This is that. Now that's that ego shit right there. It's no way. It ain't no way, bro. This is dumb. Right now, this is dumb. And it's low key stop. I feel like this low key stop y'all momentum. Anything y'all might have had, just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, first of all, y'all already losing 16 to what? What? 3? Was it 3? I think. Yeah. 16 to 3. So now y'all finally scored. Okay. And then now look at you. Try to go for 2 for what, buddy? For what? You's gonna be down, so it's gonna be 11 to 16. Like, bro, okay. Versus 10 to 16. Like, bro, you would think, okay, if I could get 3 points, then we could tie the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was a y'all know what I'm trying to say, bro. It's dumb,
the reason
bro.
why this was so head-scratching was because a few drives earlier on 3rd and 2, they were in a situation where it would make sense to do a tush push, and they didn't do it there, but they decided to do it when they had one opportunity to get 2 yards to score 2 points when they didn't really need to do it. Now, I want to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers their flowers. They forced a safety on Jalen Hurts in the 3rd quarter, and very shortly after, Baker Mayfield threw another touchdown pass that more or less had the same theme as the touchdown pass from earlier. And that's because James Bradberry couldn't tackle Trey Palmer to save his life.
And how can you blame this on the coach?
Because James Bradberry couldn't tackle Trey Palmer to save.
And this is crazy. I wish I would show this in a replay. Bro.
Earlier. And that's because James Bradberry couldn't tackle the touchdown pass from earlier. I'm
trying to see, when I be looking at these plays, I be trying to see what am I going to do in this position. This was me. All right. And I know I'm the best football player to ever touch this earth.
Because James Bradberry.
Okay, so he. Okay.
Couldn't tackle.
See, I don't know. Me in this press situation.
Touchdown pass from earlier. And that's because James Bradberry.
I don't know if I'll be I don't know if I'll be even running towards the sideline. Like I'll be running diagonally downwards, downhill towards him. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be running because it's like you're doing this, and it's easier for the person just to juke you inside. And you knowing that it's only place he can go is the inside where it's more field. You should know he gonna try to juke inside. So there's no way you even remotely get juked in this play.
Barry couldn't tackle Trey Palmer to save his life. I mean, it's kind of crazy how bad James Bradberry is at tackling. I mean, just from this angle, it's insane that James Bradberry wasn't able to make a simple tackle.
What the fuck was that?
It resulted in a huge play, and Kevin Byard couldn't even get him. So with that being said, I want to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers their flowers. I mean, a year ago, I was telling you guys how Baker Mayfield's career might be over. And at the time, it looked like Baker Mayfield's career might be over. And I'm really happy to say that it's the exact opposite story today as well. Now, look, Baker Mayfield has his own cycle, by the way, and I hope he breaks the cycle because I love watching him play and I love rooting him on, but his goes play like shit, criticized by media, underdog mentality, beat inferior opponent, call out doubters, and it continues. In this particular scenario, he's had one of his best seasons to date. He has the most weapons he's ever had in Tampa Bay. He proved himself on a prove-it contract. He got further this year with more or less the same offense as Tom Brady had last year. If you guys remember, Tom Brady was knocked out in the NFC wild card by my Dallas Cowboys last year. And Baker Mayfield was able to get further than that this year with more or less the same offense as Tom Brady. I'm happy that Baker Mayfield got another chance. I'm happy that he's probably going to get a huge contract extension in the summertime. I mean, the man threw for over 4,000 passing yards so far this season, 28 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And just going based off of Baker's history and how he does whenever the odds are stacked against him, he played today with cracked ribs. So it's honestly very impressive, and I don't want to take away from Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what they were able to accomplish here. As for the Philadelphia Eagles, they have a lot of problems that they need to resolve, primarily in the form of their defensive backs. Their defense has a lot of problems. Their defensive coordinator clearly is a huge position of need for them this offseason. Their offensive coordinator is another huge position of need this offseason, and they need to ask themselves whether or not they want to continue forward with Nick Sirianni, which there were rumors originally, and we mentioned this in my Dallas Cowboys video, that the Philadelphia Eagles may consider firing Nick Sirianni if they exit the playoffs early. Now, bear in mind, and I said this in my Cowboys video as well, this offseason is one of the greatest off seasons in NFL history to be in the market for a head coach. We have blue chip head coaches like Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Jim Harbaugh, who just interviewed with the Chargers and won a national championship, Bill Belichick, who just had an interview with the Atlanta Falcons. Pete Carroll is available as well. It's a great time to need a head coach. So if you're not even sure of your current head coach, now would be the time to consider making a move. There's a myriad of different ways the Eagles could go in this offseason. Historically,
They be touching the mics like that, bro. Does everybody do this when they get on the interview? Bro, be caressing the mics.
The Falcons. Pete Carroll is available as well. It's a great time to need a head coach. So if you're not even sure of your current head coach, now would be the time to consider making a move. There's a myriad of different ways the Eagles could go in this offseason. Historically, they've shown me that they're willing to be aggressive to get the guy that they want. But there are times that they're very hot and cold. Remember, this is the same regime that aggressively traded for Carson Wentz and then didn't really get him any wide receiver help. This is the same regime that drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf, Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. But at the same time, this is the same regime that traded for A.J. Brown during the 2022 NFL Draft, traded for DeAndre Swift last year, drafted Jalen Carter. I don't really know what to expect from the Eagles, because it's not like they've been perfect historically. They've shown moments of making really good roster decisions, and they've shown moments of making some questionable ones. So we're going to have to wait and see how they handle this offseason, because now Jalen Hurts' contract is going to start handicapping the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're an Eagles fan, let me know how you feel, man, because I am there with you as a Cowboy fan. We both shat the bed together. It's fine. Only, I guess, you guys were expected to, and I guess for the Cowboys, it was a surprise. I don't know.
Man, both y'all ass, I ain't gonna lie.